All right, man, here we are. Another episode, or should I say technically it would be my first real episode. We're going to call it Freddie Factor, man. I don't have any graphics up yet or any kind of artwork because I've been busy. I've been busy trying to live while I'm dying, but that's a whole different story. So we're doing Freddie Factor here today. Sound State, baby. Killing it big time. There's a lot of stuff going on here, but I have a lot of stuff going on here with me today. I have Ben, I have Johnny Medusa Ross, and I have Mitch from Small Town Titans. Welcome, guys.
Welcome, dude. Yes, thank you.
His name's Phil.
My name is Phil.
I said Phil.
No,
You said Ben, Medusa, and Mitch.
And Ben is our ex-guitarist.
Oh, you're
Ben
Phil.
is our,
That's okay.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay.
Fucked up. I don't care.
okay.
NC-17. It's all right. I don't care.
Cut that part out.
That's all right.
No,
Okay.
that's all right because that was a great role I had on
Yeah.
the way in
That
here.
Oh my goodness.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah. No, that's all right.
Excellent.
No. So yeah, Phil, Johnny, Mitch.
Phil,
Yes.
Johnny, Mitch. How
Yeah,
you doing
brother.
today, guys?
Yep.
Good, man.
And
Doing
thank you
good.
for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having
Absolutely.
us.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
I'll tell you what, man. I've known John, well, of course, the longest. I've known him since he
Yeah.
was a kid, and him and his sister would come out and see Breaking Benjamin all the time. Now, you've seen them in some of the best venues and they're upcoming when they were coming, when I was tour managing with them. Now, did you ever go to any of the Allentown, what the hell was it called, the big venue in Allentown?
that Croc
Rock, thank you.
Yes,
Thank
Croc
you.
Rock. I remember that.
Did you
venue.
ever do any of the Croc Rock stuff? Any of those shows? What shows do you remember your first couple of shows of seeing Breaking Benjamin?
I did not do the Croc Rock. Well, see, I was under 21.
Yeah, you were a
So,
kid.
I was a kid.
You and your sister, man. Your sister always did the talking, and you sit in the background with those little curls swinging around.
I was a kid, so I would catch them mostly in like arena settings and stuff. Like
Oh, nice.
I mean, I just remember when I first heard of the band.
Yeah.
There was a kid in high school who really loved them.
Yeah.
And I just figured I did not know they were a local band. And I went to the local FYE store,
Nice.
as it was called then.
Yeah.
FYE, man.
And I went in, and there was a section for local music. And that's where the Breaking Benjamin Saturate record was. And I went, wait a minute, local music?
Yeah.
These guys are from here? And then I found out they were from Wilkes-Barre and all that, and that just blew me away.
And so you would call,
I guess they already had the record deal.
right.
So they were, I guess, past the club days of like the staircase and all that.
Would you call them one of your first influences?
Definitely one of the, for sure.
Definitely.
For
Him
sure.
and his sister, you have to see. His sister was the
Yeah.
mouthpiece, and he just hung in the back, man. And it was really cool.
So I remember it, but it's all good.
And that's how.
Maybe. I mean, I could.
Well,
Too much
I
trouble
always
imagining that being the case,
Yeah.
kind of.
No, you talked, but I mean, like, you always came,
I
you
don't
always
come
had a
off as
big
shy,
smile
do
on
I?
your face.
He
man.
talks enough now to make up for the
yeah, definitely.
Good. And it was a lot of fun. So,
Yeah.
I get excited, and
were you playing
Passionate.
drums at that time?
I started learning when I was about 13, like self-taught. So yeah, it was all starting to happen. You know,
Nice.
like I saw Velvet Revolver. That was my first concert,
Oh, wow.
and I got the bug. And then it was just, who was on the radio then, and like I was the older brother in my relationship with my siblings, so I didn't have the cool older brother or uncle or cousin to show me the really awesome vinyl that or something
Yeah.
like the Kick-Ass band that never made it. Like I didn't know any of the cool stuff. It was just everything that was on the radio. Not that that wasn't cool. I liked it.
Strictly organic, though, man. So
Yeah.
you came up on your own.
Yes.
That's really cool. A lot of people, like I said, I segued in because of older cousins and older uncles that got me into and I got some miles on you cats, but like Sabbath, Zeppelin, you know what I mean? And all that stuff, the Rolling Stones, the Who. And like I said, that was passed down to me. But like, I love the fact, and I feel bad for the kid that doesn't stumble across the record and discover it himself. Because it seems like there's not a lot of that anymore today. It just seems like there's not a lot of that anymore.
I think it's
today.
just in a different incarnation. If you
Right.
come across a really ridiculous social media post, I know that I've found new bands just from scrolling through a reel, and you find something that's compelling amongst the slop, a diamond in the rough, and you discover a new band. That's actually how I discovered this is a band that is completely out of the rock genre, but they're called Too Many Zoos.
Okay.
And there was this video. Yeah, right. He laughs because it's the
they're-
most ridiculous
they're
band.
absurd.
It's an absurd.
Are they from Philly?
They are. I think they're from Philly.
That's where you saw them.
I did go to see them in Philly, but
Right.
it's a bari saxophone player, a guy on a bass drum with a bunch of percussion stuff on top of it, and a trumpet player, and they just play this organic techno based brass house
Sound of his brain.
music. It's essentially
That's what you told me.
about right.
I
That is
think
the
you
sound
told
of my
me.
brain. I love Too Many Zoos.
This is what my brain
seen
sounds
them.
like
I've
when
seen
it's
them
out of control.
twice, 3 times now. But I
Makes
saw
so
a
much
video
sense.
of them performing in Union Square subway in New York City, and
far
just
out,
watching
far
this
out.
watching this saxophone player do a bunch of crazy moves.
I
while
know
he was-
what you're
and a
talking
bunch
about.
of stuff. Yeah, dude,
It's crazy.
incredible, just incredible talent. And so I would say that that's a really good example of
I think it's the physical
Discovering-
the getting the
Yeah.
CD is the thing that's gone.
that. Absolutely,
And
Buying the
and
music. Yeah.
exactly. The tangible part of
Right.
it is
And I miss it.
yeah.
And I miss it. And I'm going to tell
have-
you why I miss it, guys. Real
Yeah.
quick, I'm going to tell you why I miss it. Because that's what opened the door for discovering other bands. When albums were being sold, that's when record companies called the radio stations. So when I don't have that anymore and I have a flooded social media,
Yeah.
you really have to work hard to stand out. And that's why ticket sales have tripled and quadrupled because they're not making any money off the units
Right.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
That is
making
true.
more money off vinyl. Well, because people are, I'm hip, I have vinyl. I'm buying albums I bought 35, 40 years ago again because I want a new collection of vinyl.
Right.
2
Nice.
years ago, I got a new record player for Christmas in 2023. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A new record player, which I never thought after a certain time I would have any need for vinyl anymore. But now the last 3 records that I bought for my household was Stevie Nicks Belladonna, Fleetwood fucking Mac Rumors, which I bought 1,000,000 times in my life.
Right.
Solid.
And my daughter, who's 10, bought me Physical Graffiti from Led Zeppelin,
Oh, nice.
brand new
that.
for
Very
my
cool.
record player.
All on
There you
vinyl.
go.
That's
Right,
cool.
all
That's
on
sick.
vinyl.
Awesome.
Now I've owned all of these pieces of work 3 or 4 times already. So what I would hope that would happen if people are really so hip to the vinyl again, they buy the new bands that dare enough to put out 20 or 30, 40, 50,000 copies on vinyl because at least that's a sale. Now that's not going to put you in a mansion up in Bel Air, but at least to hold it. When I listen to a record, and I talked about this before on this podcast, it's an investment because
Yeah,
now
right.
I have to get up off the couch and flip the damn thing.
Experience.
When I open it up,
yeah.
I'm looking through the liner notes and I know them by heart.
And think
I've
back
read
to the
them a
day when
million
you were
times.
a kid, if you had $20, like you had to
Yeah.
pick what record to buy.
Yeah, it was great.
You had to choose, like, I'm gonna go with this
Right.
one, even though like I'm holding both and
Right.
I want both. I don't know which one to go there, and I'm gonna kind of take a risk on this one
Yeah.
record, and that's gone.
Now,
Like, that's
and I
totally
miss
gone.
that. And I miss the midnight
gotcha.
sales. Because we, at the end of it,
Right,
we
the
got
anticipation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
I get that.
standing in
I
line.
definitely
Cost
get
for
that.
everything, not just music.
People
Yeah.
standing in line because they wanted to get a new record that was coming out the next day.
Right.
The last midnight sale I did, boys, was one of the Pearl Jam albums.
Wow.
And I forget which one it was. It might have been Vitology. So
That's a good
I knew
Vitology.
it. There was like 200
that
people waiting in line, and I loved it because the record company was excited because they had a pre-ship at least 500,000, 600,000. So it shipped gold, probably shipped platinum because it was Pearl
Which is
Jam.
amazing.
But people stood outside to get that sale price at midnight, and it was a happening. It was a happening, and it kept
Yeah.
the record store in business because they still made their profit. Now, granted, you're only making $2 to $5 off a copy of a CD at that time if you were going to own a record store. That's why a mom and pop that sold 30 copies, they might be able to go out for dinner that night.
Right.
A chain that sold 600, 800, 900
Yeah,
copies that
right.
day, was able to pay a couple people their measly salary
Right.
or something. But they had a bunch of stuff that was selling on top of that hot new release. I miss that. And
It
I miss
really-
camping out for tickets too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a golden age.
It was.
really was. Like the amount of records that were sold in the 80s and 90s
Right.
was insane.
And Phil, I don't want to say I feel bad for you cats, but the bands that are coming in now, I never want to discourage. But like I said, I mean, you guys are weathering a lot, man, because we were talking about this beforehand, me and Medusa, about the budget you need to break a single. And we'll talk about
You're
the
gonna
single.
call me that for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
aren't
it
you?
is because your name is also, it's going to be unfortunately synonymous with the guy that shot the chick in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
So we got to call you Medusa now because I saw your post this
Medusa's
morning.
actually might be better off at this point.
For at least this month
For a little
or so.
while.
You're like,
Yeah, for a
please do.
while.
Yeah, Jonathan Ross.
Yeah.
But you're Medusa. So why people are
you
going
know,
to be?
I can be Medusa.
I know. I'm only fucking with you anyways, but still. But
You
you
bring up
posted
a
it
valid
first.
point today,
you
sir.
posted it up. You posted it first. I would never even thought.
Well,
of it.
we didn't post.
It
We
was in
didn't-
the. It was
Not
in the-
you,
Not
no.
the band. No, not the band.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We were literally getting. We
It's
were just.
personal.
We were writing
Yeah.
and doing stuff yesterday together, and he came out of the studio and
Like,
he's
dude,
just
I don't
like,
wanna talk
I
politics,
don't want to
but-
do this to you, but the
but-
guy that did the thing, his name's Jonathan Ross, and I was like, oh, awesome.
Yeah.
You're Medusa, man.
Yeah.
That's how it
Medusa.
is. But here's the deal. So we were talking about that with like the record sales and the stuff, but you guys using social media that's flooded now at least have come up with a couple different things, and the way you even introduce your videos and being that you do have a very cool sound. I mean, not many bands have a solid baritone lead singer, man. They don't.
Who can also scream, too.
Who actually could scream too. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, your voice is an additional instrument that
Thank you,
so
man.
many other bands have to auto-tune in AI if they want to even
it's-
come close to
it's-
it.
It's unfortunate, like that's the case. I do wish that there were more, vocalists out there that had that ability. And
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people do. They just don't even realize
Right.
it. They don't realize what they got.
And I mean,
So-
when you guys also do covers, you kind of like really, we put our stamp on it. I
We
hate when
lo-
people
we
say I
love-
put our
yeah.
stamp on it. You guys really go far out to make it your own.
We love
and
doing
I
that.
love it. And it's not
love doing
like,
that.
yeah, I mean, like you're making it kind of like your own kind of thing, because it's not like, oh, they're doing other people's songs. It's like, what a tribute it is, because
Yeah.
you really open doors and have a direction for other people's music that's really, truly paying homage to them while making it kind of your own. That's the way
While
I look
also
at
keeping
it.
somewhat contrarian, where we
Yes.
just completely twisted into
Unbelievable.
a different,
Yeah,
different
you
direction.
open doors to
Yeah.
songs, and I never thought of playing that riff like that, or never
Yeah.
thought that.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm listening to your stuff. That's what I think. It's like you're not, wow, that does sound good with that effect.
Appreciate
and it's
that.
really
Thank you.
cool, man. So
Yeah.
that's why you really got to take a look at other bands, and bands, of course, like Small Town Titans. Like I said, they do original music, and they really bring it as a three-piece. No one's hiding behind any curtains, bro.
Yeah, we like to
tracks.
Yeah,
We've never
never used-
we have water, smoke, and mirrors in this band, right?
barely
Like,
any.
yeah.
It's because we're broke.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna be honest.
I mean, not broke, but we definitely we run a
it's an
very
ex-
tight ship.
It's an
a
expense.
very naked tight ship.
But that's
yeah.
pushed us to do this without all the smoke and mirrors.
all the
So-
bells and whistles, no backing tracks, no click, no in-ears. Not saying that that's a bad thing. It's
Right.
just that's the direction we decided to go.
Right.
It's
It's what's most comfortable for you, and
Yeah.
which brings the element out. Like I said,
Right.
just because something new comes out, a lot of
Yeah.
people think we have to adapt to it. We have to adapt to it.
Right.
Now, there's some things that we're not going to be able to avoid as an industry,
Yeah.
but as components of the industry, we could dodge around them. You don't have to use auto-tune. You don't have to use
Exactly.
other different things
Yeah.
or even aspects of AI, which I know overall, unfortunately, the industry's going that way, because you got people that are getting downloads that aren't even bands.
Well, exactly.
Right,
That's
yeah.
that's what's
happening
so
quick.
that's what's so fascinating
Scary.
about this whole whole scenario. Like, it was. I would say as a band, we always had that. We were always open to negotiating with record companies, possibly
Right.
doing going in that direction.
Right.
And we have done like deals with a couple of small companies in the past,
Sure.
which we still have contracts with. But now seeing that the record industry as a whole is
Right.
going in the direction of
Right.
artificial intelligence,
Right.
and
At least it looks
putting
like
at least the majors are.
the majors.
The majors
The
are. There
majors
are
are
outliers.
signing
and we're
deals
still, like the
with
door
AI
is still
companies.
open to like, companies that are human first,
Right.
Obviously, but there's
That's a great
huge
slogan, dude.
Right,
Yeah.
human first.
That's
yeah.
a great
Human
slogan.
first.
Oh my
I
God.
think you'd have to say that in 2026.
Yeah.
That's an
human
excellent
first.
slogan.
This sounds
Human
more
first.
human forward
Yeah.
than this
like-
song.
that's like
but that's where we're at.
excellent.
So
that's where we're at.
I understand, like from a very greedy maniacal Machiavellian sort of,
What does that word mean? What is that?
He doesn't know.
like
Sounds like my girlfriend.
right.
All the big words. I love it. You should
Spell
start
the
it.
definition before you say it sounds like her.
Right.
I learned.
I understand I probably mispronounced that word anyway, but I understand the reason why
Machiavellian, that's it.
The record companies, why they're going in that direction, because they don't have to feed the AI artist. They don't have to. The AI artist doesn't have to sleep. It's all computer program and a data set and some data.
All the any of the
pay them
quote,
either.
Exactly. You don't have to pay them.
No heroin
The overhead
addiction.
Yeah,
reduces.
there's no
and
no
the
scheduling
casual
conflict
listener,
or
the casual listener's not going to fucking care.
They don't.
But that opens up the door for so many.
Or they care, but they don't even know it's AI.
Right.
It's funny that you
It's
said
getting
that.
so you can't even tell.
Right.
Right.
Rapidly, it's
But
getting
now
to
it's
that
opening
point.
up the door for independent artists to be able to put their imperfect,
Right.
human, passionate
Right.
footprint,
Right.
without support. Just
People
the
are
support of their
starving
fans
for
directly.
something that's authentic.
I was just
human
talking
forward.
to
Exactly.
the young
Human
lady.
first.
She stepped out of here for. I don't know where she is. She's the intern about, and we were
Yeah.
talking about AI and not even knowing the difference. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that you brought that up, Phil, because we were talking about. I watch a lot of reels for education now that teach me words that I don't know the definitions
There
to
you
and
go.
stuff like that.
I'm about to.
Because now you can
that
learn.
we're talking about it. My phone's gonna do it. So.
Yeah, that's true.
all of that stuff is crazy. But how I've been determining, because a lot of people that are like, they're narrating these clips and videos. I'm like, oh, this is a good voice. This guy knows what he's talking about. But then there's certain pronunciations of personal names that they can't say. AI hasn't
Yeah,
glitched
right.
yet.
Yeah.
And that's when I know it's AI, because it'll say like the name wrong. And I'm trying to, now that I'm trying to think of it, I can't think of a name
Yeah,
that
it's okay.
I just heard it. But
Yeah.
that's
It
how I
puts-
know it's not
yeah.
a real chick or not a real dude, because they can't say the long name,
It
or they
puts
pronounce the
emphasis on the wrong
hyphen.
syllable.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom or Daniel Day hyphen
Danielle.
Lewis.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, hyphen Lewis, really? Who hired you, buddy? And I'm thinking, no one hired
one
him.
hired
They
you.
programmed you.
They programmed
because
you.
they say the hyphen, because they have to
Exactly,
say
yeah.
everything. So they don't have that in-depth personal twist to AI yet, unless they're just not breaking it out on Facebook Reels or whatever it is.
It is pretty scary how quickly things are getting.
It's the speed of it all.
yeah, the advancements. Like
We're like,
you
oh, it
figure
doesn't do that yet, but like, give it like 30 days.
ChatGPT
I think
came
it's-
out in
it's like
2023,
learning
and
from
now we're
itself,
here 3
too.
years
Like,
later. And like you look at the graphic design side of things, and like
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
AI photography, that's getting ridiculous, especially for those who know what they're doing. Like former photographers are now turning to AI to keep to.
So I feel
to
bad
pivot.
for the person that just dropped $3,000 on those new lenses that
Yeah,
are underneath
exactly.
the train trestle with
I
the
know.
upcoming
Yeah,
punk
exactly,
bands.
yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right,
Because that's it. And people, I was telling her, I forget her name. I had to Ava, thank you.
He's
Young
our,
lady,
our
Jamie.
Jamie.
You know what? I asked.
That's Jamie right there.
Yeah, that's the Jamie.
I
right
asked,
there.
I asked Sellerbird Paul out there, and he goes, "I think it's Kylie. Go with Kylie." And I'm like, "No, I'm not going to go Kylie,
way
because
off.
what? Like I just did with Phil when I called him Ben.
It's all
I
right.
hate one of the worst things I hate doing, and I'm not editing it out because
We thought
that's
you'd call him Ben.
Yeah, because he's,
That's what
He's the
that-
new guy.
Yeah, he's the new guy. So
We're
like,
acclimating him
Phil's
in.
still
he's,
here.
He's on his way to becoming full-time
okay.
member.
all right.
No
Well,
worries.
It's all
No,
good.
it happens.
It's all.
Well, that's
good
how you know
humor.
it's not
funny.
AI.
Yeah, that's the
Because
truth,
you-
and that's
yeah,
why. Like I want to keep
We know that you're a real human being, man.
I want to keep it. I want to keep it as the
It's all
first
about
one.
mistakes now. It's
As-
all about
as
doing
the
things wrong.
first one.
Exactly.
So we talked about our fears and this, that, and the other. I want to talk about something really cool. What you guys have done with TikTok and your Facebook
man.
and your Instagram and stuff.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the barcode idea and
So-
the jam on that, please, and then explain it to the people out there.
It was an idea we came up with, as a group. We're like right at the end of 2023. There were other videos of guitarists doing the same thing,
Right.
But they didn't do it. They weren't doing it professionally. It wasn't a professional recording. It was just them turning up their amp and seeing if it worked. And like they got a lot of traction, and we were like, you know what? We can make this a full band thing.
Right.
We can self-produce this. I know my way around mixing and mastering quite a bit.
So
you know?
so Phil, tell them exactly it is. You find a barcode on a product.
Yeah. So this is how it works, because we get questions like, how does this work
Yeah.
from people who don't know. So how we do it is we find a product, look at the barcode, and see if it translates to a guitar tab. So
On the sixth string.
on the sixth
People,
string,
other people
Some-
go like, "Oh, what
yeah.
strings?" Everything's just on the sixth.
Usually it's just on the sixth string. That's how we usually go about it, or do like a power chord based on it. And so the numbers represent the fretboard.
Right.
And then there's nothing. We don't use the barcode as a guide for the rhythm. We usually just come up with the rhythm on our own.
Truth
It's
be
like-
told, he just gets really creative with it now.
Yeah, so I just look at it and try to, come up with something based on the numbers that I see, and that could be something in 3/4, 4/4, a different.
And then I
like,
just got to deal with it.
yeah, and then
No,
it's
it's
either
all good.
slow or fast. It all depends on everything.
It's actually really cool
And-
because I think we talked about it a little bit, and a couple months ago, because it kept being a successful thing we were doing, and it was like,
Yeah.
let's just make these as weird as we can.
Yeah, let's make them. Yeah,
Let's make them really funny.
yeah,
and now,
like-
the whole concept is really absurd. So
It
let's
is
just,
very absurd.
Let's just make them absurd, and then
And
now,
what's so crazy is that usually with
I mean, you're singing the
the
dumbest
stupidest
lyrics
stuff
imaginable.
Yeah, it's hilarious. The funniest thing though
This
is
week you sang about dog treats.
yeah,
And you had a mustache.
and I had a mustache.
And there was the Shaq one where he
Yeah.
just yelled Shaq for like 30 seconds straight.
That's
It
one of
was
my
20. Don't.
Oh, I'm sorry to oversell it.
Don't oversell it.
That's
one of my
only 20 straight seconds.
Yes.
But you screamed that.
Usually it takes a long time for things to catch on. We posted the Heinz one.
First one. like
First one.
10 million, dude.
Bam!
Yeah.
It just went viral right away.
That's
we
great.
very lucky, and we've had a lot of really interesting things like that happen. It happened with Grinch, then it happened with Will It Riff, and so
Something always happens.
something always happens.
And that's the thing. You have to really, really dig for needles and haystacks to stand apart from all
Yeah,
these bands flooding everything.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say, and with the beginning, you guys have really done that to get that kind of traction, because Small Town Titans isn't considered nothing. Like, you say your name in a lot of places, in the area, and people have heard about what you're doing, and it
Yeah.
leads them to, where you're at right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people can't afford to tour. People that have sold millions of records can't afford to tour right
Yeah,
now.
man.
We talk
And they're,
about these
they're
things.
bitter. How about Shirley Manson from Garbage Man? How
Yeah.
bitter she is, bitching about the guy with the volleyball
Or the beach ball. Yeah, I heard
bikini
about
beach
that.
ball.
Baseball or whatever, yeah.
We
Yeah.
watched the first video about
first
the awesome
video,
speech.
Yeah.
She had a
Yeah,
killer
she had a-
speech about the whole situation, and we were really behind it. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then the
I mean,
next
not
one
that
was-
we're not now, but
Yeah.
then the next one kind of like it was
a beach ball.
distracting
And just
from
like,
the whole
what are you
point that she
doing?
was
Like,
making
this
initially.
guy was, he's a fan from day one.
Right.
And listen, I know people that have liked Garbage, but I never met a Garbage fan.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
somebody
like
that's
Die
got
Hard,
every
yeah.
shirt, knows where Shirley Manson went to school.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're aware that like Butch Vig did the stuff
The-
with
the-
Nirvana and
right,
stuff,
yeah.
but they're not like, this is where these are his shoes. And
Right.
he's showing up for dinner here tonight, and it's a special thing for all the diehard Garbage fan club people. I don't know any of them.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
Seattle Seahawks fans. Now I know them because they're going to the Super Bowl, so
Oh,
they're
they
coming
are?
out of the
Okay.
woodwork.
Yeah, okay.
But I never met a diehard A-list.
They are? Oh, cool.
Exactly. An A-list.
Phil's a yay sports guy, you know?
No, I gotcha.
I mean, I'm kind of with him on that
Yeah.
a little bit,
But I don't
yeah.
know any A-list garbage
Fans like diehard,
like
fan
Zeppelin
kids,
or
yeah.
now
Well,
everybody's a diehard Oasis fan
there was-
all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And I mean, they really, holy smokes, man, with all
they
those
came back.
stadiums and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
I was at one of those.
No one thought
Really?
they'd
over
come
the
back.
summer, yeah.
Man, they
So you
really,
went to see
Yeah.
Oasis. Nice, man.
Yeah.
they really blew up that buzz, man. They really beat the hell out
It
of
was
that
a great
beehive.
show.
You want to talk about somebody who really blew up some buzz with something really original? All American Rejects. Did you see what
Oh,
they
the
were doing?
house thing where they
Holy
show up at
shit.
people's houses?
Awesome.
It's
they work at
unbelievably
So
Sheets.
cool. Such a cool trend.
They have a really,
What's that? Yeah, Sheets. Yeah.
Now they work at Sheets, apparently.
I dig.
That's probably what
They
you
have
have to
a
do if
really-
you go play
I think
house
they
shows.
signed something with Sheets. It looks like they did.
They have a
Maybe.
really
Really?
big we don't give a fuck attitude, which I
love that.
really
Yeah.
appreciate by
Yeah.
All American Rejects.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people have been hacking like where they've been, because there's still this underground emo / punk thing
Right,
that's coming
yeah.
up, and you have a lot of people
well, they
doing
hit
emo
they
nights.
hit the nostalgia button now.
Right?
Killer.
They absolutely do.
They're
and it's a
becoming
great
a
idea.
legacy act.
Yes.
But you have to come up with something new, like we'll show up and play at your friggin' house.
Yeah.
Because that's leading me to want to check this out
Right.
and pat you on the back.
There's
and see
novelty.
you.
There's
Right.
novelty and
Exactly.
authenticity. Novelty and authenticity. That's
So
the name of the game.
What we're
Agreed.
getting paid for anymore is likes, streams. And that
Numbers,
leads you to
yeah.
streams and numbers because I want to see those videos on your YouTube channel.
Numbers,
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's all about crazy.
all it
ass
is.
I'm so
How
numb
many
to the
K
numbers
or
now.
M views
It's-
does your video?
It
have?
almost
That's
feels
all it
arbitrary
comes
now
down to.
because it's just like it's got 100,000, it's got 348,000. You're like, at some point,
Great.
you're like, what is
It's
it
got
all?
20
matter?
million.
What does it all mean? Yeah, it's got 2 million. It's got 16 million. You're like, okay. And I'm not complaining. Like
No,
that's,
like,
that's all
I mean,
great.
yeah.
I know, especially when you start out. There's bands, there's creators,
my gosh.
content creators, whatever that would kill for 10,000
When-
views.
It's
Yeah.
weird to be
But
part of the overlap.
Yeah.
I
But
think,
just,
like, you know,
just the whole
like,
thing. It's just
yeah.
like it's a lot.
You said part of the overlap. I want to
like us, you know, and I'm a little older than these two, so not a ton.
You
but
didn't
a
have
little,
to say
a
that.
little
You didn't
bit,
have
but-
to
You
say
didn't- you-
that.
you had to- you
You're the
didn't have to
youngest
do that.
looking dude.
Well, I'm in fact the oldest in the band, but like,
Have to do
you know, we were all like around at the time where, you know, you did have to decide if you were buying this record or
Yeah.
that record, where like you had to like sit there with your cassette and hit record when the
Yeah, it was
radio
great.
played your favorite song, you know, like it wasn't just like, you know, you pull this out of your pocket and every song that exists
I
is
know,
right here.
for $10 a month.
And it really, I mean, part of me loves that,
Yeah.
and part of me feels like it's so cheapened
Yeah.
by the accessibility.
Yeah.
And you know, to be brought up on one half that was like, to obtain music and appreciate it was just a whole entire process that doesn't exist now, and to be part of that new process now is strange. And I mean, I'm grateful
But it
for the
does for
traction
the
we have too,
artists,
but it's just
obviously
different,
Dude, it
It's
was
definitely an
great.
adjustment.
The artists still have to do the whole process.
Yeah.
Obviously, that hasn't changed.
When I
Right.
got
So
called,
then it's just our final product is devalued, and it's just like, oh man.
when I get called,
That's the thing that's weird is like
Right.
people care as much or more about a post that we're going to put out as a new song or like a show announcement or something or a tour
crazy.
announcement.
It's just 20 seconds.
that's just like,
It's like,
not
that's
how
as it-
I was
when
brought
I,
up.
would,
on
when
that.
I would get the calls about the band that sold 180, 190 units,
Right.
CDs, and they're not sold, and you just feel your penis grow, man, an extra inch because you know you made it all work out, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people were saying that band's not going to go anywhere. You spent
plenty of
this
room for
money on
growth here
this
in
and
this
spent
band.
that, and your balls are dropping deeper and deeper and swelling up because you know that it's where it's coming from. Who's laughing back there?
The whole room, bro.
But I'm just saying, man. I'm just
and I mean,
saying.
you're right on with it. Though.
Because they would call and they want to know because that's how they would see it. And you try to explain this to people. This is the stuff you should have learned, assholes. You know what I mean? This is the stuff you should have learned because when the record companies go to the chain music stores and they want to know what your top 50 selling records were, and they would see Rolling Stones or at the time Deftones, Limp Bizkit,
Right.
Significant Other, and they would see the first Nickelback and they would see all that late 90s stuff.
Right.
And then it would come up banned, unsigned, because the label would come up next to it. Well, we sold 252 copies of this Pearl Jam album, and it was on that label. But when it came up Breaking Ben unsigned, that's when they called the local radio station, because at a time, local radio stations played stuff that was brewing in that region because you wanted that bragging right. Yeah. We heard them. We started playing them at night. They took
Right.
off. Now they're signed. Now they don't even care about any of that stuff.
No.
They don't. And that's why they fought me when I was playing Breaking Ben.
I
at
remember
first.
hearing
say,
that.
I don't know
is
how
that
much you wanna
kinda
talk
put,
about it,
like, you
but-
kind of put yourself on the line.
Yeah, dude, it was
to
crazy.
get
It
Breaking
was
Ben
crazy.
on
That's how
the
that
airwaves.
happened?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. And granted, I did pay for the CD to be made and all that stuff too. And Brett and Paul were the guys that
wow.
recorded it.
Are you,
So
now,
you invested into their,
Oh,
into
yeah.
their production.
Oh,
of this
yeah.
stuff.
are you talking
I
like
discovered Ben. It was turned on to me.
essentially discovered
I
them
did the
and-
record. I bought their first merch for them. I bought
Are you
all
Which
that
talking-
record
stuff.
was it?
Yeah, I was just saying.
Saturate was the EP. We did a 5-song EP.
It was an EP. okay.
It was Saturate.
Yeah,
Okay.
EP
It was a part of Saturate.
EP though.
Yeah,
Not-
the EP.
It-
okay.
on the
Not the
on
full-blown
on
record.
the EP. It was Water, Shallow Bay, Medicate, Polyamorous, and I can't believe I'm
I
forgetting.
think that's like a rare physical thing. to
Yeah.
have.
Okay. And was that so? Just I'm
and
really
Brett
curious
and Paul,
because
that you met Paul.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
one of the engineers on it.
Nice.
That's why I
Oh,
love
that's
coming
awesome.
back here and being here with them.
Was that
Did they
that
do that here?
EP recorded here?
No, it was recorded at the Big Pink, man. Danville.
Saturation Acres?
Yeah, Saturation Acres.
Saturation
Which
Acres.
I'm sure,
Okay.
assuming that's why it's called Saturate.
Yeah, that's why we called it Saturate.
Wow. Okay.
You know, so that was my part with that. And so
Very cool.
I had this CD that I believed in, so I
But
played
it's
it on
those
my
people
show.
that run this place.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
And
That's awesome.
this story never gets old. Everybody always wants to hear it, man. But that's how
Right.
it went.
Yeah.
But that's how we were able to gauge because it was selling. Now,
Yeah.
once my people at the radio station, when they were fighting me, you can't play anything unsigned. You can't play anything unsigned. I got written up twice. When the record company started calling, everybody's attitude started changing.
Of course.
That's right.
oh.
And now,
Pull this out
Yeah.
and drop it on the thing.
crack the
That's what I
table in
did.
half.
Just let me get my zipper here.
Oh man, I didn't know it was that kind of show.
Oh yeah, that's what happened.
And
man.
so basically, they yelled at you, and then as it
Until-
caught on, now
until-
they wanted to be recognized for the fact
And
that
I
you
just
guys
went up to
discovered
the
it.
desk and I went, "What do you want to talk about?" And that's how it was, man.
Amazing.
Remember
It
that
was
great
crazy.
song you wrote, and a month ago they told you it was shit. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
That whole thing.
Well, that's
that
all- yeah, that
whole
brilliant
thing.
song you had.
Yeah.
Everyone else
Exactly.
loves it now. So
No, dude, there are
sorry.
so many. There are so many people that say so many things and naysayers and all that shit, and then they change their tune as soon as they realize
catches
you were
on.
right.
Yeah, man.
It happens to everybody.
It does.
And,
Did you
like that's the thing. You just have
your-
to stick
your
to
book
it. You
you
got to
got?
stick to your guns. So,
Times I
the-
knew I was right, and no one said.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
right.
right.
Gag gift I got for
Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah.
yeah, gag gift. No, that's a real
That's
thing.
gonna be
I
a
would
real
love
thing.
it.
If you want me to treat it as such, I will.
Yeah, go
I
for
got
it.
this little book for Christmas. Just said you write down every time you were right and no one listened.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
There you go. Yeah.
It's like a journal, but that's the front cover.
So the next time we're on
Tongue in
tour
cheek.
and he gets that
gonna
out
get
every
that out
time,
and-
we're both gonna know.
just write down on that.
He's
every
mad at one of
fucking
us.
day.
He's mad
And
at
you know
one of
that's
us, yeah.
crazy. That's crazy because the person that invented that is going to probably be kicking it at some country club with two bitches on each arm.
That's right.
You know, tonight because he invented some sarcastic
some-
novelty
yeah.
gift.
Yeah.
I think
Little
that's
did they know it was
outstanding.
helping the world.
And my daughter will not be watching this episode. She will not. And she's got to be 21 before she does this. Now, guys, you're going to be playing a song for us in a little bit.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
What
can
are you going
We
to
can
play?
do that.
That's a. I mean, it. Since we have the time, I think it would be cool to play our latest
I'm
single.
Not done, yeah,
I'm
let's
not
say.
done.
Please
that would be
do
good.
that.
Yeah, we'll
that
do
would
that.
be great. I want to say we're gonna wrap this up here, hear the song, and then we'll do a little talking afterwards. A goodbye to everybody.
Okay, cool.
Thank you guys for coming in today.
Yeah,
I
thank you
do
for
want
having
to
us,
talk about the show you're playing. I didn't even bring it up.
Sure. Yeah.
The former members, the guys that played with Ben and Breaking Benjamin, are doing the We Are Not Alone band, and that is what's the name of it again? The Front Street Station, right?
Venue,
You're gonna be
yeah.
playing on
March
March 7th.
Yep.
Small
March
Town
7th.
Titans are going to be on the stage with them, ripping it up beforehand, and it's going to be great. And what
Be
a
awesome.
fabulous idea these guys had of bringing you guys on the bill here in what are we, Northumberland County, Selinsgrove. It will
man.
be in,
Yes, sir.
and that's excellent. Like I said, Mark, Aaron, and Jeremy are going to be jamming with I think it's Dexter. I'm getting all these names wrong.
I think that's it. Yeah.
From Deep Field,
Yeah.
he's going to be coming in and he's going to be doing the vocals, and they're calling themselves We Are Not Alone, getting together for some of the wonderful fans that are be going on. And the night before, and I keep forgetting the name of all these places because I don't want to write it out there, we have the Gathering by the Bay, which is going to be awesome. With Framing Hanley is going to do an acoustic with the people from the Shallow Bay Network. We're getting all back together, and that was the core of the Breaking Benjamin fan club back in the day.
Okay.
So I got to see what the name of that place is because
Remember that band? I think they did that Lollipop cover.
They did.
Do you remember? Like they came out. We were in college.
Yeah. You went to college.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I did meet him. So
I mean, like that's the thing.
All
Like
right.
I met.
College is great.
Dude, I met my wife. I met you.
That's
I met
funny.
like there's so many of the people that I.
Isn't that great, though?
We're so close.
I was already
Yeah.
graduated
Like,
by the time they got to college.
that was the biggest part of it. Like I mean, I still learned a lot, but like I gained a lot of friends. Just like that was the biggest return on investment right there.
Yeah, the night before that show at the Foxborough Lounge, Lodge, not lounge. Framing Hanley. My nephew's going to be playing on the bill too. Tyler Wrigley, which I'm looking forward to having him there. It's a gathering by the Bay 4, and it's the Shallow Bay crew and everybody from the reunion. I told Johnny about it. If you guys want to stop by the night before, that'd be excellent to do so.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
The Shallow Bay stuff, like obviously that's one of the songs on Saturate, their first record. Is that essentially a fan club?
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
But doesn't that go way back?
Yeah.
Like really passionate in the early days, totally fan driven.
Before there was any YouTube,
underground.
before there was any YouTube, before there was any Facebook, before there was any of that. And if you go in and you look at some of the videos, man, they're unbelievable. They're really cool. So we really ran with this. Cool. I was part of Shallow Bay. Dave Neal, who's the brains behind all of that.
Before they get a record deal?
No, that came right after the record deal.
Okay.
Came right after the record deal. That was great. I'm going to have you guys on again, and we're going to talk more about the progress, because I have a feeling a lot of cool stuff is going to happen for Small Town Titans. But I do want to say again, Gathering by the Bay 4 is going to be at the Foxborough Lodge. I keep saying Lounge Lodge, and that's because I'm getting used to these bifocals. Getting old sucks, dude. All right, 93 Church Road, Selinsgrove, PA is going to be great. Framing Hanley's going to be there. My nephew Tyler Wrigley is going to be playing on that as well. It's going to be a lot of fun for the TSB crew. Looking forward to seeing everybody from all over the country. I hope the Small Town Titans could jam with us that night too. Come by, say hello to everybody. But I do know on the 7th it's going to be outstanding. You and the We Are Not Alone band is going to be tearing it up, and it's sold out already.
Yeah.
So listen, if you don't have tickets, you're gonna have to try to.
We're gonna have to
anywhere.
post about that.
It's sold
we're gonna
out.
have to tell everybody. Yeah,
We always find out in the dumbest ways. It's great.
It's great.
It's never an official capacity.
Yeah, but that's all right.
No, it's okay.
We'll reach out to Fisher, I guess, and be like, "Yo, man, is it?" Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I guess,
get the official, but it is gone.
It is gone.
We'll confirm it all. Yeah,
Sweet.
Yeah, confirm it all. Do what you do well. No one's gonna have to tell Small Town Titans how to work media. No one's gonna tell you guys how to do that. They're not gonna be able to do that.
As I think you said earlier.
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to do that. So we're gonna get you guys ready to jam. Here's something. We're gonna do the new single, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do the new single.
Outstanding. Let's make it happen.
Awesome. I'm not done until I say I'm done. The fact is, I have only just begun. Too many voices saying quit. Just stop while you're ahead. Your dreams are better off dead. Better yet, better left unsaid. But now the fuse is lit. It's time to do or die and sever all the ties, abandoning all the lies. 'Cause there's no turning back when there's nowhere left to go. I'm not done until I say I'm done. The fact is, I have only just begun. Let hell come or the water run high. I'm done on the day I die. Yeah, I'm done on the day I die. So many races have to start, and see if I have the time to sit back and unwind, tune out and lose my mind. But the truth doesn't change. Well, I've grown to love my pain, let go of all my shame. It's time to take the reins, 'cause there's no turning back when there's nowhere left to go. I'm not done until I say I'm done. The fact is, I have only just begun. Let hell come or the water run high. I'm done on the day I die. Yeah, I'm done on the day I die. Oh, yeah. The sun don't shine on you when you stand behind the moon. It ain't fun when you're black and blue. So get up and find some room. I was walking on the other side of the moon, looking for another sign of life. I was trying to buy another man's dreams in exchange for something nice. And I saw it coming from miles away. And I saw it coming from miles away. Break it day. 'Cause the sun don't shine on you when you stand behind the moon. It ain't fun when you're black and blue. So get up and find some room. There was a fork in the road with no time left behind. I finally had a place to go and a reason to live. And from that moment on, I flew into space towards all those burning stars with a reason to give. And you'll see me coming from miles away. And you'll see me coming from miles away to find my place. Hey, the sun don't shine on you when you stand behind the moon. It ain't fun when you're black and blue. So get up and find some room. Yeah. And you'll see me coming from miles away. And you'll see me coming from miles away. And you'll see me coming from miles away. The sun don't shine on you when you stand behind the moon. It ain't fun when you're black and blue. So get up and find some room. The sun don't shine when you stand behind. No, the sun don't shine when you stand behind the moon.
Guys, that was fabulous. 2 killer tracks here.
Thank you.
From the Small Town Titans. Everybody's going to love this. They're going to love this. Master class in chemistry as far as vocals between a three-piece. Unbelievable. You cannot explain. You have to watch and break it down for yourself as far as understanding chemistry vocally in a band. You have to watch it and then pull it out for yourself. I can't tell you what has happened. I can't explain to you how it went down.
I can't talk about what happened here.
I just can't.
But it was, yeah.
It's just so
yeah.
nice.
When you see it,
That's very
when
nice
you
of
see
you.
it
Thank
and
you.
you're listening to it and you know. Now, guys, we have this show coming up on the 7th, which is going to be great. I'm sorry to rub it in everybody's face. Unless you find tickets floating, maybe if you
Yeah.
have proper tatas, you can throw yourself in through the back door. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But here's the deal. It's going to be great. Small Town Titans are not going away anywhere. They're only going to go up, and there are going to be a lot of cool things going on in the next year. I have a strange feeling with this band. So wonderful. The songs, hanging out with you guys tonight. If somebody wants to get a crash course in Small Town Titans, tell them how to get there.
Search the name.
Search the name
Anywhere.
We're everywhere. Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Google.
We've got
follow us on
YouTube.
Follow
those
us on all
platforms.
of those. TikTok, like we're everywhere. We've got a.
He's got a good point because
What's
now
up?
with the algorithms, you don't have to follow as much
Yeah,
because
just search our name.
It just shows up. So if you do follow anybody, it shows you really care. So it's almost like leaving a
Follow
tip
us.
Yeah,
in
right.
2026. Like following an account is like, no, I really like you.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Yeah,
so,
so
a
just-
follow is good.
Follow us on social media posts, and we have a website, smalltowntitans.com. We're going to be updating that a bit this year, and we got some things down the pipe that I think everybody's going to
Excellent. They're going to love it.
enjoy.
And anybody
So-
that's watching from terrestrial radio, God forbid you would comment or post anything because it's me doing the goddamn podcast. You know what I mean? I know you're not going to do that, but listen, pay attention, add the friggin' single. Okay, because I know you're watching Freddie on his little podcast here. You just don't want anybody to know that you're watching Freddie while you're tooling off with the other hand. So here's the deal. You're watching, you're trying to learn, play the goddamn song. It's great. And then you could say, look what I discovered watching on the internet. You don't have to say I watched Freddie Factor. You don't have to say that. All right? Just don't add the song with the hand you're tooling off with. Because I know you're tooling off. Truth. They know it too. Small Town Titans, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Fred.
Outstanding.